there! Welcome to MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. I'm your host, Jordan Simonson, and you're in store for an action-packed show this evening. Hear Me Roar is a student-produced show on the campus of Morehead State University. Tonight we have 5 action-packed events for you. We'll be chatting with international students. We'll hear the story of a girl who's fighting against the odds. Catherine will be rejoining us with some home remedies. We'll take a peek at a sister-created traditional Kentucky music band. And at the very end, we have a surprise performance for you. I'm very excited and happy that you've chosen this Wednesday evening to join us here on MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. Once again, my name is Jordan Simonson. I'm your host for this evening, and I'm very grateful you're tuned in. We'll be back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Eric Thomas, Director of the Star Theater here at Morehead State University, and I'd like to invite you to come out and join us for some of the great programs we offer in the Star Theater. Our programs are both educational, with planetarium programs, and entertaining, with laser shows that feature artists such as Elton John all the way out to Metallica. So come join us at the Star Theater, located in the Space Science Center here on the campus of Morehead State University. And if you've got questions, go online to moreheadstate.edu/startheater.
Hey there! Welcome back to MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. Today we're with Lynn and Joanna, 2 international students. How are you girls doing today?
We're doing great.
Fine, thank you.
Now, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Kaohsiung, Taiwan, but I left Taiwan 7 years ago, so when I was in 6th grade.
Well, I come from south of China, a province called Guangxi, and it's a hot city.
Hot temperature-wise, or?
It's the weather. It's
Okay.
really hot.
What made you both want to come to America?
For me, I came at a young age, but my parents really value the education system here because here it's more individualized. You get to be more creative with what you're doing, and in Taiwan it's just test after test and cram school and tutor school and private school and that kind of stuff. So my parents really wanted to come here, so we decided to move here and continue our education here, and now I'm back to Morehead as an undergrad student. So.
Well, I'm in my master's program, so I came here to study communications. And actually, I've already got a bachelor's degree in China, and I just came here for fun.
Has it been fun so far?
Yeah, it's really fun.
So you're expanding your education. What do you want to do with it after you have all your degrees and you're ready to go back home?
Yeah, I'm ready to go back to China.
And then what will you want to do when you get there?
I wish I could be a journalist. I hope so, but I don't know whether I'm qualified enough.
You already got your master's. I think you're more than qualified.
Well, thank you. I will work hard.
What about you?
I am seeking a degree, a double major in computer science and art with a minor in math, so that I just want to expand my options so I can either go with like computer science, more the mathematical side, or more like the art side. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do yet, but with those degrees, I hope I'll just find something I'm happy with.
Is it hard to balance all those degrees?
Definitely, it's just my first semester, so I can't really say, but I feel like it's going to be challenging, but it's something that's going to be worth it for sure.
And Joanna, have your classes been challenging?
Some of them are really challenging. I'm trying hard to understand every word and understand what the teacher says and what he wants me to do in the class.
And then how was your all's journey from your hometown to America?
For me, I didn't even know I was coming to America until 2 weeks before. My parents just randomly told me oh, we're going to America, I have the tickets. And I thought it was a joke at first, but then obviously we started packing, and then it was a super long flight. We had to go from Taiwan, Taipei to Tokyo, Tokyo to San Francisco, and then San Francisco to Morehead. So that we were in the airport and on the airplane for 30 hours, and that was insane. But coming here, it's just, a lot of things are different.
All right. And then did you fly or?
Yeah, I flight. It's 14 hours flight.
Yeah.
Wow, it's exhausted.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll hear more about these two lovely international students and the differences between our homeland and theirs here on MSU TV's Hear Me Roar.
Yo, why are you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. I'm Jordan Simonson, and we're here today with Lynn and Joanna, two international students. Lynn's from Taiwan and Joanna's from China. What are some of the differences you've seen from America and your homelands?
There's definitely a lot of differences, like the weather, the culture, the language, obviously, the food. But for gender, I see a big difference between how women's treated here in America and in Taiwan. So back home, there's more emphasis on the male gender. So I have an older brother, and I can see from my great-grandparents that they care about him more in a way. So he's like the focus since he's a guy and I'm a girl. And they wouldn't really care as much about how my school's doing, what I've been doing, what I've accomplished and all that stuff. So that's like a really big difference I've seen.
How did that make you feel?
But coming here, like my parents were always like really treating my brother and I very equally. And coming here, like it's just really different to see how, like what this really should be like, really.
Well, it seems that boys and girls are more equal in this country. Because in my country, I'm already a master. With such a high degree, I found it very hard to find a boyfriend. Yeah, because the boys always think their girlfriends should be more low than them, and I found it really hard. But here, I found it more equal.
Is it difficult for women to get higher education since men want them to be lower?
I think it's more difficult in China because they have to work really hard. Even though they work hard, they will not have the chance either.
And then, what are some of the fashion differences between the two cultures?
Fashion.
With current age, like in Taiwan at least, a lot of people are trying to dress more Western, so like more Americanized. So I don't really see that much of a difference now. What about you?
Well, I think Americans are more casual than Chinese.
Yeah, a little bit.
We love jazz, especially those formal jazz or colorful jazz. But Americans seems to like jeans and t-shirts more.
Do you like jeans and t-shirts now that you've been here
Sure,
a little bit?
more comfortable,
Sure.
of course.
And then let's talk about food. I mean, I loved going to the Chinese restaurants, but I'm sure it's nothing like authentic food. But
Well, the food is totally different. I mean, because you prefer hamburgers or sandwiches and some soft drinks. But in China, we got more materials and more ways to cook. So it's totally different.
And we have a lot of soup, like different kinds of soup, and it's kind
Yeah.
of like a require. In Taiwan, when my grandparents cook, they cook, most of the families in Taiwan cook home if they have time. Like my grandparents would always cook, and then we will have at least 10 different dishes every single meal with one soup, and there's always the soup. And you just have a lot more variation of food choices, and it's delicious.
that sounds really delicious.
There could
So
be more
10
in
dishes
festival.
for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Well, for usually like lunch and dinner.
Okay.
But the breakfast, it's very different too. But
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, once again, you're here on MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. Today we've been speaking with Lynn and Joanna, both international students from Taiwan and China. Ladies, it's been great having you here. We appreciate
you.
talking and learning about your cultures. And
Thank you very much.
thank you for having us.
no problem. Stay tuned. There's more to come here on MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. Hey, welcome back to MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. I'm Jordan Simonson and I'm your host. Coming up next, we have a video presentation about an MSU student who's fighting against the odds to keep doing what she loves to do while maintaining a GPA.
It came as a complete shock, honestly, and I think that my confidence actually suffered from it because I had always been intelligent, I'd always been at the top of my class, and now knowing that I have these problems and that sometimes it's not going to be easy for me and it's going to be really hard. Hi, my name is Jessica Hall and I'm a member of the volleyball team here at Moorhead State as well as a member of the honors program, and I recently found out that I have 2 learning disabilities. It was kind of a long process. I was having some problems in my math and science classes as a pre-med major. Ended up going to get tested over the summer and I found out that I actually have a moderately severe math disability as well as bottom to top thinking, which basically just causes me to process something a lot slower and basically in the opposite direction of what someone else would. I finished my freshman year with a 3.13 overall GPA. The requirement for my scholarship is a 3.3, but the honors program has been so understanding and supportive throughout this entire year or so. However, I received a very different response from volleyball. The team has a non-negotiable 3.25 GPA requirement, and since I was unable to hit that, I haven't been allowed to compete this year. So right now I'm shagging balls and wiping sweat, helping with laundry to hopefully earn my way back onto the team for the spring semester. Right now I'm doing a lot of training on my own. I still do sprints, I run, I still lift, and then I come in the gyms after practice is over and I kind of run my own workout, run my own practice, do my own reps, things like that. And it's a lot harder without having that team there to kind of push through the running with you and say, it's okay, we're all going through this together. But I know that in the long run, I'm going to be stronger for it. I've had to change my major from a major in biomedical sciences, which is essentially a pre-med major, to a major in Spanish and a minor in French. And I still want to be a pediatrician, nothing's changed, but right now I'm just taking a more circuitous path to reach that goal. And the reasons behind it was essentially to keep a higher GPA so that I can hopefully return to the volleyball roster in the spring semester. I really enjoy coaching, especially younger girls, because you get to not only coach them in athletics and you get to train them in discipline and not quitting on yourself, not quitting on your team. You get to pass on a love for your sport to somebody else. And I think that coaching a sport also translates into life coaching. And I think that through the training and athletics, you can pass on the idea of it's okay to hit an obstacle, to hit a roadblock, but you're going to come back from that. And I know in my sport with volleyball, if you shank a pass or if the ball hits the floor right in front of you, you're going to come back and you're going to play the next ball. And it's going to be better than some other passes that you've had. And it's the same idea with life, because in life there will be adversity, there will be roadblocks, but you're going to come back and you're going to be stronger for it in the long run.
I would just like to clarify that all of Jessica Hall's teammates are supporting her in her transition back onto the volleyball team. You just saw her video about how she discovered she had a learning disability and how it hindered her GPA a little bit, and through scholarship regulations, she was not able to play volleyball this season. But she's working hard to get her GPA back up. She is still wanting to study pediatrics and help children when she graduates here at Moorhead State University. Coming up after this next set of breaks, we'll have Catherine returning for this month's show, and she's got some home remedies for us here on MSU TV's Hear Me Roar, broadcasted from Moorhead State University. I'm Jordan Simonson, and I look forward to seeing you after these commercials.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I will not spin plates to make everyone happy.
I will not duck to avoid hitting the glass ceiling.
I will not stay in a small box where I cannot control my life.
I will not just stand on the sidelines and cheer the team on.
I will not carry ancestral baggage, fearful that if I lay down, there will be no purpose in my life.
I will not do something well that doesn't make me happy.
I will not speak so softly that my voice is not heard.
I will not sit at home while others experience the world.
I will not wear masks to avoid being seen fully or upsetting others.
I will not convince myself that tomorrow will suffice when it comes to following my bliss.
I will not play follow the leader unless I am the leader.
Follow your bliss.
Hey, welcome back to MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. I'm Jordan Simonson, and Catherine Wilkerson is here with me this week. You have some home remedies for us?
I do. I've been researching a really nice home remedy recipe to bring on this week, and I'm going to talk about skincare and Greek yogurt.
What's the importance of skincare?
Well, your skin is something that if you take care of it right now, you will never regret it, because everything that you do has long-term effects. So as you age, your skin obviously ages too, and the way you take care of it is reflected in how your skin looks.
No.
So
I've eaten Greek yogurt, and it helps me when I have tummy aches, but how can it help my skin?
Well, it is great for your skin because it contains lactic acid. And so what lactic acid is going to do for your face is it acts as an alpha hydroxy acid, and so it breaks the bonds between the dead skin that's on top that makes your skin look dull. And it exfoliates all that off and reveals the brighter, newer, rejuvenated skin cells underneath. And so it's also full of things like zinc that are going to help fight acne. It's bacteria fighting, and calcium and B vitamins that are going to enrich the skin as well.
Now, you only have 3 ingredients up here. Is that all this mask takes?
I do. Super easy, super cheap.
Let's see it.
What you want to do is you're going to take 3 parts Greek yogurt and 1 part honey and a dash of cinnamon. So we will mix all this together. 1, 2, 3.
Does the honey and cinnamon help bring out the yogurt, or?
It does. The honey goes really nicely with the yogurt because it acts as a humectant. And what a humectant does is it helps the skin cells retain moisture. So first the yogurt exfoliates the skin and gets all that new skin exposed. And then the honey is going to help the new skin hold in moisture and make it look brighter and more rejuvenated. So you can see we're just mixing that up. Again, 3 parts yogurt, 1 part honey, and a dash of cinnamon. Can you smell it? It smells good.
Yeah, it smells like fall.
Yeah, it smells good enough to eat. And really, you could eat it, but...
Make it a cracker dip or something.
Yeah. So, now here's how we want to apply it. Can I show you on your hand?
Yeah.
All right, we'll use this. I just use my fingers. We can wipe it off later. And you want to put enough that it's not completely see-through, but not so much that it will take forever to dry. So you're going to cover your face, and you're going to leave it for 10 to 15 minutes. It should be dry or almost dry by then. And then you're just going to take your washcloth, wet it a little bit. I've got some water here. And wipe it off really gently. Whenever you're wiping, you never want to pull or tug on the skin because it's going to, over time, that affects the skin. It's going to create fine lines and wrinkles.
And no one wants those.
Yeah, make you a little saggy. So
and it's not sticky. It's not gross
sticky.
feeling.
It's smooth, and it feels really nice.
And now you put this on your face last night, right?
I did.
How did it feel?
It felt really good. It felt good once it came off. My skin felt tighter and firmer, and I thought it looked better too. So,
are you gonna put this in your beauty routine? Or?
Yeah, definitely. Over time, that lactic acid that brings off the top layers, over time it's going to actually help fade acne scarring and things like that too, like sunspots, dark spots, imperfections on the skin. So it's great short term to make your skin look good for the day, but long term it's going to help fade
such
things.
a cheap, easy
Exactly. It's so cheap and so easy.
Catherine, thank you for being on the show again. You're tuned in to MSU TV's Hear Me Roar, broadcasted from Morehead State University. I'm Jordan Simonson. Stay tuned, there's more after this commercial break. Hey, welcome back to MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. I'm Jordan Simonson, and I'm very happy you're tuned in with us this Wednesday evening. Up next, we have a video segment about a band formed of two sisters from the Kentucky Traditional Music Center. Here on MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. Enjoy.
It seemed like whenever families would get together, we'd always have music, and so we started singing long before we started playing. I'm Leanna Price, and I play the fiddle. I'm Lauren Price, and I play mandolin. Most of the stuff that our parents played and our family did whenever, like after supper and stuff like that, was more kind of old country or old time, like Johnny Cash and stuff like that. And so once we started singing, we picked up some songs, we started playing instruments. And they had a random CD, which I think happened to be a Dixie Chicks CD. And on the cover, one of the girls was playing a mandolin and the other was playing a fiddle, and I think the other one was playing guitar. And they held the CD up and asked which instrument we wanted to play, and I pointed to the fiddle and you pointed to the mandolin. Yeah, and I really didn't know what a mandolin was, but I guess I thought it looked neat. When we really got serious about wanting to play and wanting to learn more, we just started looking for older and older recordings in music because we wanted to learn what it sounded like when it first started, and we just fell in love with that sound. We'd heard about the center, but we just really didn't explore the possibilities. Yeah. And we didn't really know anything about it until we walked in and realized everything that was here. It's really neat. Yeah. And after we played with Tyler that day and met Raymond and everyone that works here, we kind of decided that it felt like the right thing to do. I really don't think we would have been to China if we weren't here. And a lot of the places that we have been, like the IBMA Awards and Song in the Mountains, and even shows in Lexington like that, I don't think we would have done. I'd like to think, eventually, but it's definitely helped being here. And even as opposed to some of the other music programs we looked at, this, not that there's any problems with them, but like Leanna said, this one just kind of stuck out for, I think, a reason, we really couldn't pinpoint at the time. It just seemed like they know what they're doing. And personalized. Yeah. Really effective, I guess.
Welcome back to MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. I'm Jordan Simonson, and I'm very happy you chose to spend your Wednesday evening with us. Our show's just about finished, but stay tuned. A surprise performance is coming up after this commercial break. You just saw a video by the Price sisters. They're found at the Kentucky Traditional Music Center, where they're trying to preserve Kentucky's traditional music. There's more after this. Hey, welcome back to MSU TV's Hear Me Roar. I'm Jordan Simonson, and I'm with Lynn. She is a international student from Taiwan, and she's going to perform Chinese yo-yos. What is this?
It's originally called Chinese yo-yo, and in Chinese it's either called Kongzhu, that's the Chinese saying, or Teling, that's the Taiwanese saying. And originally it's from China, but the original Chinese yo-yo has a longer axle, and this one, you see the axle is kind of shorter, and the ball is more round, and this is more the European style, and it's called the Diablo.
How did you get into this?
I was in a club when I was in Taiwan back in 5th grade. My parents are like, you should go pick a club and join. And I was like, this looks cool. So I decided to join. But I left Taiwan after just one semester of having a coach teaching me. So my brother and I would go on YouTube and search up tutorials of how to do these. And then we just basically self-taught. And then we had some free time, so we were practicing a lot. And now I just take the opportunities I can to perform in multicultural shows and talent shows and stuff like that.
Was it difficult to learn?
At first it is. Well, now it still is. I still have a ton of tricks. There's an infinite amount of tricks probably that I have yet to get to. But it's a lot of fun, and you just have to be careful to not hit yourself.
Well, I will step off the stage and let you do your show.
Awesome.
只好跳，转移目标，是什么也不乖乖的点，爱情绑票，尖叫切招，是什么也不乖乖的，像一脚两脚勾引我跌倒，小心我会跑，谁不知道越容易得到越容易无聊，我只好忘掉忘得性感的微笑。心跳，就让你好，跑，跑，跑，跑，跑，跑！不要不要，胡搞瞎搞，不要不要，乱七八糟，你得不到，也别困扰，乖乖很好，说好不好？我说不要，不是不要，有时不巧，有时颠倒。世事难料，也搞不好，又要。给你信号，成功达到，就算火烧，千万别轻言放弃挑战。